changed by God. Transformers changed by God. Transformers changed by God. Transformers changed by God. More than a band for those who believe. They choose to be still. Praise let the Lord take the lead. With the pow, zoom, snap in their hearts they will pray. About anything, anywhere, any moment of the day. They look to God in a lickety split for his wisdom, forgiveness, and eternal perspective. They love God's word with a boom shalawet as it teaches them to live, love, learn how to act. They try to look at the heart God told them to do, and yowza are amazed when they see people anew. Blessed to be peacemakers, but also not afraid to stand, speak, or act with this who wrestling with their day. Transformers made new with the kapow and a shazam. They daily realize, whoa, God's got a plan. With the zing zow zap, they are the salt of the earth. And a whoosh bang crack, they are the light of the world. Transformers changed by God. Transformers changed by God. Transformers changed by God. Transformers changed by God. These sound effects are fun for a Transformers theme, but they are but a blip compared to God's grand scheme. Transformers changed by God. 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 Woo! It's time for Super News!
I wonder when Mrs. H will get here. I guess, I don't want to wait anymore. I'm just gonna start without her. Welcome to Kids Live TV. I am Little Connect. The story today is going to be a good one. Ha! All the Bible stories are good. We're gonna do some sort of something with something that transforms. A song is gonna be sung. I'm not doing too good of a job on this. Oh, I guess I should have waited for Mrs. H. There's other stuff that'll happen. It's gonna be a great show.
Hi, Little Connet. Sorry I was late. Are you ready to start the news?
Actually, I already started. I was waiting and waiting. I started without you.
Oh, that's fine. So did you tell them the story of the week or the super stuff yet?
Sort of.
How about the super song?
Actually, I kind of messed up. I was so impatient, I really didn't tell them anything. I realized I didn't know any of that stuff. I just thought I could do it on my own, and now I realize I should have been more patient and waited for you.
That's a tough lesson to learn for sure. How about if we start over? I'll share the script with you and we will begin again. I'm sure the kids will be fine with it. We'll be right back, kids.
All right.
It's time for Super News!
Welcome to KATV News. I am news anchor Mrs. H.
And I am Little Connet.
This week, we are having a couple friends pop in for a visit for the Super Peep and Super You, Super Do, as well as seeing other super things occur back on location around town.
That all sounds great. Shall we start with telling them about the super story of the week?
Sure. The super story is from 1 Samuel 13, verses 1 and 2, and verses 5 through 16a. You can find it on page 95 of your Children's Daily Devotional Bible.
That's right, kids. So you can grab your Bibles so you are ready to go. Hey, Samuel, isn't he the boy that answered God in the night?
He sure was. But this story is about when he is older and after he had anointed Saul as king over all of Israel.
What's the story about?
Remember how you couldn't wait for me to start the news?
Yep, how could I forget? It just happened! Ha!
Well, in today's story, King Saul's soldiers were leaving because they were afraid of the enemy army nearby. He was supposed to wait for the prophet Samuel to come to give him wisdom from God of what to do.
Kind of like I was supposed to wait for you.
Yup, Well, he decided he didn't want to wait any longer either and pushed ahead with what he thought was the right thing to do instead of waiting for God's prophet.
What happened?
You know what? I bet Super Dino wouldn't mind if we read the story right now. I think it will be a good reminder for you next time you are impatient too.
Really? I already know that the story is about Saul being impatient when the enemy is nearby. But I want to know what he did and what his consequence was when he was impatient and disobeyed God.
We will read from 1 Samuel 13, verses 1 and 2, then 5 through 16a.
That's my friend Rome.
Yeah, little girl. Saul was a young man when he became king, and he ruled Israel for 2 years. Then he chose 3,000 men from Israel to be full-time soldiers and sent everyone else home. 2,000 of those troops stayed with him in the hills around Michmash and Bethel. The other 1,000 were stationed with Jonathan at Gibeah in the territory of Benjamin. The Philistines called their army together to fight Israel. They had 3,000 chariots, 6,000 cavalry, and as many foot soldiers as there are grains of sand on the beach.
Wow, that's a lot!
They went to Michmash and set up camp there east of Beth Aven. The Israelite army realized that they were outnumbered and were going to lose the battle. Some of the Israelite men hid in caves or clumps of bushes, and some ran to places where they could hide among large rocks. Others hid in tombs or in deep, dry pits.
Did you see me shake? And
Yes.
I was trying to hide a little. Ha!
Kind of scary to think about, huh?
Yeah.
Still others went to Gad in Gilead on the other side of the Jordan River. Saul stayed at Gilgal. His soldiers were shaking with fear, and they were starting to run off and leave him. Saul waited there 7 days, just as Samuel had ordered him to do, but Samuel did not come. Finally, Saul commanded, "Bring me some animals so we can offer sacrifices to please the Lord and ask for his help." Saul killed one of the animals, and just as he was placing it on the altar, Samuel arrived. Saul went out to welcome him. "What have you done?" Samuel asked. Saul answered, "My soldiers were leaving in all directions, and you didn't come when you were supposed to. The Philistines were gathering at Michmash, and I was worried they would attack me here at Gilgal. I hadn't offered a sacrifice to ask for the Lord's help, so I forced myself to offer a sacrifice on the altar fire." "That was stupid," Samuel said. "You didn't obey the Lord your God. If you had obeyed him, someone from your family would always have been king of Israel. But no, you disobeyed, and so the Lord won't choose anyone else from your family to be king. In fact, he has already chosen the one he wants to be the next leader of his people." Then Samuel left Gilgal. Part of Saul's army had not deserted him, and he led them to Gibeah in Benjamin to join his other troops. Then he counted them and found that he still had 600 men. Saul, Jonathan, and their army set up camp in Gibeah in Benjamin.
Because Saul didn't wait a little longer for Samuel, God's prophet and priest, to arrive, he started to go through the motions of sacrificing the animals. That was a special, holy job only for God's priests to do.
Did you learn what his consequence was?
His family was supposed to continue being the kings, but when he did wait on God, everything changed. He was told his son Jonathan and his future generations would no longer be the royal family for Israel.
What a sad loss, all because he couldn't wait on God.
When I didn't wait for you, all I had was embarrassment as a consequence, but he lost his whole kingdom. That is a good reminder that I need to listen and wait on God.
That's like our super song, "Not my will, but your will be done."
What about the rest of the show? What super things are are we going to see around town?
Well, the Super Survey, Super Zoom, and Super Blip will be filmed at the apartment complex with Uncle Leon and friends. Then, Super Stuff is in Super Dina's kitchen. They will be talking about sandwich. Or was it cookie transformations? I guess we'll find out.
That sounds delicious either way. Hey, it looks like Gobo is here now and ready for the Super Peep.
Hello, Gobo. Can you tell us about our Super Peep of the week?
Sure. Super Peep is a man named John Paton. He lived from 1824 to 1907. He was from Scotland and became a missionary to the New Hebrides Islands, where people were very mean to each other. But he remembered how his father prayed for him. That helped him a lot through his life. What do you mean by that, Gobo? Well, his father would stop what he was doing 3 times a day and pray for his family. He never forgot how much his father loved him, and it helped him to love and pray for others, as well as be a good dad to his own kids.
What was his dad's name?
His dad was James Paton. He didn't have a fancy job or a lot of money, but he loved his family and prayed for them often. Seeing that example of love and prayer changed John's life, and in many ways, he followed his father's example.
Wow, what a cool reminder that prayer can change our daily lives too, even as we try to bless our families.
Thanks, Gobo! Transformers pray, and we can be a transformer if we pray and are patient to listen to God too, just like in our story today.
On that note, let's check in with our friends with the Super Survey, Zoom, Blip, Song, and Stuff.
Sounds great, Mrs. H. I wonder what kind of transformations we will see today too.
Uncle Leon, remember what we talked about with how we can pray to God? I'm wondering about Bible verses that can help us remember that.
Well, how about if you and your friends see if you can think of a verse that helps us remember ideas for when we pray.
That sounds like a great idea.
God hears your prayer.